I'm gonna open up this video by stating that this wasn't what I wanted to talk about today. Today's case file was actually going to be on the Mandela effect. I was gonna talk about how the human brain really isn't perfect and how it doesn't like being wrong, even subconsciously. For the first time in this channel's history, I was actually going to be using psychology. For those of you that don't know, I took 4 years of psychology in college. That's kind of my field. Not anymore. Because while researching that video, I randomly came across something. I found something that needs exposure. A few of you may have watched my Daddy05 video. That was my very first case file. It was a very serious video and I didn't make any jokes. This video is going to be a lot like that one. This is a very serious topic and being funny would be disrespectful. So if you came for a funny video, I'm sorry and I'll try to make it up to you Friday. But I'm the internet detective, and that means sometimes I need to expose some vile and outrageous shit. And that's exactly what happens today. Because today we open the case of heart progress. Let me preface this with an actual trigger warning. And no, that wasn't a joke, I'm being serious. As someone with actual diagnosed PTSD, flashbacks, nightmares, panic attacks, whole 9 yards, the subject we're going to be talking about today is bad. And me talking about this will affect you. Do not watch this video if you are sensitive to subjects involving the abuse of children. With that said, here we go. Let me start by explaining exactly what heart progress is. Heart progress is a social justice movement that would like the LGBT community to include pedophiles, therefore making LGBT LGBTP. That alone is pretty bad, and the actual LGBT community is pretty outraged about it, justifiably so. But that's not the worst part. As bad as that is, I likely wouldn't have dropped my video idea for today just for that. I probably would have just made this video next week. What made me do this is our first piece of evidence. The heart progress movement would like the age of consent in the United States moved down to the ages of 4 to 6. If that is too hard to believe, I'll admit I pretty much agreed with you. Until I found this image. I'm just going to keep this up here and let it sink in. And no, that's not a fake image. Here is a member of this movement making the exact same claim. To put that into perspective, here is what the Center for Parenting Education's website has to say about childhood development at 4 years old. Can count 3 objects, can recite numbers from 1 to 10, can skip on 1 foot, can wash and dry face and hands, can brush teeth, can draw a man with 2 parts, head and legs, can dress and undress self, can lace shoes, has approximately 1,550 vocabulary words. 1,550 words. That is how developed a 4-year-old's brain is. These people are sick, and they need help. And if for some reason you don't already agree with me, allow me to pull up our second piece of evidence. I'm sorry, but I refuse to read this out loud. I know a few of you just listen to the audio of my videos and don't actually watch the screen and just keep it in the background, but if I read this out loud, I'm pretty sure I would throw up. Now, this movement in itself isn't a problem. Due to how outrageous this actually is, it wouldn't have any traction on its own. The problem is our third and final piece of evidence. Some of the members of the Antifa movement have picked this up. There are people that agree with the heart progress movement, and that's what makes this dangerous. You have a nice day, guys. I know this was a short one, but I'm done. If you would like to find out more information for yourself, I've linked the movement's websites down in the description. I'm gonna go try not to have a breakdown.